Okay, seriously, chicken, you're taking over the spotlight. Get out of here.
Hey guys, this is AdriaticTok here, and today we're going to be unboxing the Nintendo Switch 2. So as you noticed, just from before, you did see a post saying that I couldn't get it because there's like too many people. But I was the lucky few who actually got the last one in stock at Walmart. I wish I have enough pictures of it, but unfortunately, I couldn't get it. And it turns out I noticed the last one, which is the Mario Kart World Bundle. I asked the employee on why the box looks like that. Well, it turns out someone had to return it. But why though? This would have been a biggest opportunity to try this out. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure they had no reason to spend this much money just for this. But come on, man. Whoever returned it, you could have played Mario Kart World with it. Although, if that were the case, I wouldn't be able to get it. Anyways, let's jump right in. So here we have the center of the box. As you notice, someone did return it. So whoever it is, let me know in the comments. If you don't worry about it. This is the top of the box. And we have the side of the box. And then the other side. And the back. It's pretty stocky, but it gets the job done. And on the bottom, as you noticed, I did cover it up because it has a serial number. And you see a bunch of continents right on top of it. So enough wasting time. Let's waste our own time by playing the Nintendo Switch 2. The moment of truth. Unbox in 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Let's get off the bat. So right off the bat, the Joy-Con 2s are slanted for some reason. And the box is way smaller, as you can tell. What is up with bigger hardware and better systems and making the boxes so small? Isn't that kind of strange? Anyways, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 right here. This is the hardware. Let's go ahead and... better be careful because this thing is like hella expensive. Like, it's like $500. Anyways, the hardware actually looks really nice. It's like a big tablet. And as far as we can tell... Oh, you noticed me on the camera right there. And on the back, on the top, there's another USB port. And on the bottom, as you can tell, there are 2 USB ports because they knew whenever you charge it, that could be a problem. Oh, and you gotta love this. You can set it down on the table or on the floor without any issues. I love that. I honestly really love that. Serial code. There's also a port for microSD express cards. Like I told you from the video when I reviewed the Switch 2. Is that it only supports microSD express cards. Next up, we have the controllers. As you can see, this is a Joy-Con 2 left Joy-Con. I said it wrong, right? This is the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con 2 controller left. As we can see on the comparison, this is way more bigger than the Switch 1, especially with the SL and SR buttons. Things will say on the same thing on the right side, but there is the bright side of it. Man, look at this. They even improved on the SL and SR buttons because the ones on the Switch 1... Come on, focus. The ones on the Switch 1, on the other hand, kind of rusty. Oh, and we noticed the little light right there. This is for the mouse control to detect it, as you can use this as a mouse. I don't know why that's new, but still. Anyways, here we have right here, this is the right Joy-Con, as you can tell, but for some reason they decided to go with red. I had to choose the gray one on the Switch 1 because, well, it's my basic. I don't want to go too colorful, even though they have colorful Joy-Cons, so I got them anyways. Oh, one notable change, they removed the IR camera just for the sake of using the mouse feature. I don't know why they did that. But before we move on, let's go ahead and see the magic. Now that's the perfect hardware. actually, this feels different just by looking at the hardware, as you can see from here. Yeah, this actually is pretty big. In fact, this is more huger than the last time I seen it from here. And on the bottom, we have more stuff. We have, which essentially, Joy-Con 2 grip. Let's go ahead and take these off. So as you can see, the way you take them off is more differently. From the back, you just pull it out like this. Ooh, these are some pretty strong magnets, as you can tell. Ooh. As for the the Joy-Con grip. And this one, what's up with the glossy finish? But anyways, man, this feels good right on the hands, as you can tell from here. Look at this. This is something similar with the Joy-Con grip. Compared these right on hand, this is a lot more bigger than this. As you can tell, the handles, this was cut out just to make sure the magnets fit and go through side instead of from the top. And you notice the two little buttons, little dinky buttons, they're like really hard to press. Sometimes people might have accidentally pulled it. Speaking of pulling, the two big ones, it's easier. You could just latch onto it and then there you go. That's it. And on the bottom, we have some charging ports. This time, we got ourselves a charging brick itself instead of just like a big bulky brick that it has to be plugged directly with. No, this thing is actually more... Look at this. This is actually better. It's actually a little smaller. This is something similar with the Samsung Galaxy chargers and the iPhone chargers. Except it's tilted like this. As you can see, it's now facing like that. I just like that they use a little Ziploc bag. So you also need this to charge it. USB cable. Look at this. Little USB ports. I mean, to be fair, they are using it because the next technologies, they're going to use this type of port in the future. Keep that in mind. Alright, next up on the bottom, we also have the Switch 2 dock. Yep, this is the new Switch dock. You just put it on like this, and boom. Even though the Switch dock is a little more better, but the Switch 2 dock, that's an improvement. And on the back, we have something very special. You just pull it up like this instead of just pull it down like that. We have an AC adapter, an HDMI out, and a LAN port. On the side, you can see it right here. So there's also two other USB ports. Oh, and there's like a couple of fans inside, as you can tell, to make the system cool. This is better for a 4K resolution. Hopefully this thing doesn't burn up like a pile of logs or something. So, with all that said, let's go ahead and set this thing up on my computer and head into the TV room and start playing with it. Oh, and remember when I threw the box across on the side? I was wondering where the game was. Okay, call me stupid. I didn't know there's like a little drawer inside. You can't just get the Switch 2 without the full game download. For a minute there, I thought they were going to give us the actual cartridge. Oh, and also, one more thing. I also missed the HDMI cable. Thank you, Nintendo. Because not all of the consoles, actually they do nowadays, do have the HDMI cable. Oh, and there's also one more thing. We have the Joy-Con 2 straps. And I like the rendition of this. This is actually way more smoother. Plug it in. Actually, what the? Oh, you just slide it on easily. Oh, okay. Oh, the bottom goes first, and then the top. That makes sense. Except the fact that you have to follow specific instructions for it to work. Unexpected jump cut because my phone decided to restart and update the camera app. How embarrassing. Anyways, these are the straps. Let's take a look at the left. Ooh. Okay. It's a little strappy. And here's the right. This is actually more comfortable. One of the games like Drag Race makes you have to do like this for your hands on the keyboard. I love it so far. Alright. Enough stalling. Let's just go ahead and set this thing up right in the computer. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Nintendo logo. And... oh shoot, we have to put them in. Hold on, give me a minute. It's all black. Ooh, I love that sound. That's actually really cool. Alright, the Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, there's music, listen. Alright, I see what Nintendo's cooking. I see. Let me go ahead and turn off the lights for a minute. Give me a minute. Alright, let's go ahead and pick English. The Americas. Accept. Alright, let's connect to the internet. Be right back, just a couple of minutes. Ooh. Oh yes. Connection successful. Don't worry, nobody saw my Wi-Fi. You're good. Next up, we have updates. Let's see. Gotta make sure we're in the right time zone. With Nintendo Switch 2, you can play games wherever you want, however you want. Alright. Yup, I see that. I just did that. I just showed you guys before the initial setup. Now, let's just go ahead and... now select next. I could just tap it. Yes! Now we can finally connect this to this TV and finish this up. Alright, give me a minute. We'll go ahead and go straight to my computer and set this whole thing up.
Hey guys, this is AdriaticTok. We're editing this video. So, upon to connecting to the TV, I was only greeted with this. So, as you could see, I continued the process in tabletop mode because it wouldn't work on my capture card. I would record the TV, but that would be lazy, so I wouldn't bother. And now, after you're done updating the Switch 2, which takes like a couple of minutes for that thing to turn on again, now you get to the system transfer part, where you transfer from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2. Now keep this in mind, don't do the same mistake like the Switch Force did, because he chose not to do a system transfer, and when he decides that he's going to do it after setting up the Switch 2, he made the biggest mistake.
And now for the moment of truth. Here goes. My god. Look at this new UI. It is amazingly cool.
So far, the menu actually looks really good, even though it's the same thing from the Nintendo Switch 1, but so far, it actually looks really decent. And as you notice, that Mario Kart World is currently updating. It's gonna take like a couple of minutes or so, which kind of sucks considering that it is a pretty big game after all, so I can't blame it for that. Actually, Adriatic, whoever's making this video, this took me an hour and a half to get this set up. Do you really think I've been through normally? Anyways, let's take a look at the pairing stuff. So, let's see what happens if I pair my Pro Controller and see how that goes. Not the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller, because I don't have that and it's too expensive. Let me see if it still works on it. Oh, it does work! It still works. Good thing I bought this from Black Friday and using the controller, or else there shouldn't be a reason why I even got the controllers. Anyways, let's test the mouse functionality. Let's see. As you can see, the Joy-Con 2 controllers does have mouse controls. So we all know how this works. It's not just the color, but it's also plus and minus. So we can see it from here. Although it does look kind of weird whenever you put them on. It's not as interesting as Nintendo Switch 1 Joy-Con straps, just like you would use on actual mouses. To me, I would prefer using it on the right. So far, it actually looks really good. I really like this type of controls, even though we already have the actual mouse instead of just the Switch. Alright, I like it so far. Although the sensitivity is a little high, so it could be easy to mess something up, which I don't like. So from down here, we have Nintendo Switch Online. That pesky button messes up all the colors. We have Game Chat that everyone has been talking about, but I'm gonna have to get a Pro controller in order to access Game Chat. Because the problem with that being is that you need to access it to press it down. And you can also connect it to headphones in order to actually work. But I don't think we need this considering we already have Discord. So I'm sorry, Nintendo, you might be way too late for that because Xbox and PlayStation did first with their own game chat. So of course they also added a microphone on top of the hardware, but to be honest, it's kind of a stupid idea to do so. Oh, and as you notice, it took me like an hour to set this up. Now it's gonna take another hour and a half, I believe, in order to actually set this up and actually play the game. So I'm gonna be cutting out of here. And as you know, there's a couple of games I tried them out and it was actually really fun. But otherwise, I'm out of here. It's gonna take a while to actually download these, so good freaking bye.
Tamagotchi Plaza is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
I also forgot to mention that every time you try to delete your save data or overwrite it or anything, especially erasing all of your game data inside the Nintendo Switch 2, it plays this sound. Okay, seriously, why did it have to sound more scary than the Switch 1 data erase warning? Like, I get it. It's trying to, like, scare off or something like that, to originally people saying, if you do this, then you wish you regret nothing. You understand? Well, that's all I gotta say here. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like and don't forget to subscribe if you wanted to see more content and AdriaticTok stuff. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.